We're live now, Matt. Normally I would do like that intro video and play that little song, but it's not working tonight, and I don't know if it's a browser setting or if StreamYard lost our stuff or what. It's not working. So let's do. We got a tackle warehouse order.
Actually, no, the hookup tackle.
Oh, even better. I love that place.
Yeah,
I'm so glad I don't live anywhere near it.
I know. I'd be broke too.
What do you got? Some
tackle frog.
Black. That's the only color you need.
Black with blue. It's hard to see.
Yeah.
But with blue legs and then a bluegill colored one, and then the evergreen kicker frog junior.
Ooh. You think it's frog season or something?
Actually, I opened up my box and I only had one frog and it had bent hooks, so it's time.
How do you only own one frog?
I know. I could only find one frog. I should put it that way.
I think I have like two 3,700 boxes full of frogs. Might have to check some of those out.
Yeah.
I got to go fishing this past weekend on my little local honey hole place, and I only caught one on a frog. I threw it a lot because that's what you do there.
Yep.
It was the right one. It was 18 inches, so that was fun. Actually, bought a frog rod off a guy. I think I bought that at the fishing show, the fishing expo.
Okay.
And so that was the first time I've caught a fish on that new rod, so I got to break it in a little bit. Worked out well. I don't think I could have messed anything up because it actually had to perform minor surgery to get the frog out of that fish's throat. That thing swallowed it. But we're getting some guys in here now, so we might as well go ahead and get started. So this is going to be our captain's meeting for event 3 of this year.
Hard to believe.
It's unbelievable, man. This whole season has just flown.
Yeah.
I've been so busy with life and work, and it just doesn't seem right. But heading to Raccoon Lake. Have you ever fished there, Matt?
I have not. When I get there on Saturday morning, that will be the first time I've ever seen raccoon. So
this looks familiar.
Yeah.
I saw it on Google Maps.
Yeah, exactly.
I fished there a couple times last year with the Grubby series and fell in love with the place. I never technically figured it out. You know what I mean? I never fished lights out or anything, but I always had a good time on the lake. The park there and the campground is just awesome. I hope several of the people that are coming into town to fish this one are staying at the campground because it's really nice. I had a great time every time I went, hanging out with some other anglers. I know Chip and his wife were there, and Jason Merritt and a few others. We just always had a good time. And I kind of fell in love with the lake, and we reached out to Grubby and said, hey, you care if we have an event there this year? They said yes. So here we are. And it's actually been fishing pretty well, it looks like. They had an event there at the beginning of the month, and it took 82 inches to win. Solid day.
That's solid in Indiana.
Yep. So it's a good time. It's a big lake.
Yeah. A lot of options, it looks like.
Yep. Yeah. 5 launch locations. So I'm sure everyone saw the map that we posted on Tourney X, but if not, I'll go ahead and share it here maybe. Probably should have had this set up already, but yeah. So there we go. So we have 5 launch locations. We're going to start up here. This is Portland Mills area. And then there's the Hollinsburg boat ramp. Don't know if this one has a name or not. This is a really big boat ramp. It's actually in the state rec area. So I'm pretty sure you'll have to pay a gate fee or use your
season pass
card to get in, your state parks pass to get into that one. And then there's another ramp down here by the dam. And one thing I will note, and hopefully I'm not wrong on this one, but everything north of the 36 bridge here is idle only. And as far as I know, the rest of the lake is not. So depending on your comfort level, you might want to keep that in mind. I anticipate there will be considerable pleasure boat traffic on Saturday.
Yeah, it's going to be nice, and it's summer in Indiana. I mean, anywhere you go is going to have boats. So.
That's exactly right. I know when I fished here a couple times last year, I mostly stayed in this idle area, and this whole area becomes kind of like a party scene. There's a lot of boats anchored up, just hanging out. Never had any problems or issues. Actually, looked like a ton of fun.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I can give you advice. I know I put in at the Hollenberg ramp, and I know there were a couple times it was a little sketchy in the afternoon. Of course, in the morning it's perfectly calm. There's nobody out, but in the afternoon it got a little sketchy. There was a lot of wake boats and some big wakes blowing you into the ramp. Let's just put it that way. It was a little sketchy, but so let's just segue right into safety then. How about we do that? So definitely keep your head on a swivel when you're around boat traffic like that. PFD on at all times. Just keep it on.
Yeah.
That's all I can say is keep it on. What am I missing?
I mean, if you plan on fishing kind of that main part, it's always a good idea to have a flag if possible. Yeah. Make sure that you're watching out for boats as much as you can, and just because it looks like they might see you doesn't mean they see you. So just be aware of that on the water as always.
Yep, head on a swivel at all times.
That's it.
Yeah. For this lake, you will need a DNR, boat permit, launch permit, lake permit, whatever they ended up calling it this year.
I think it's a lake permit this year.
Is it a lake permit?
Yeah. So
this property in this lake does require it. For paddle and pedal guys, that's a $5 for the season permit. For the motorized guys, it's $20.
Something like that. 15
20, 25, something like that. If you don't have one yet, it's probably too late to order one online, because you actually have to have it. In years past, I think people have just shown their receipt, but it actually specifically says on there now that the receipt doesn't matter. So you can purchase those at any gatehouse or any state park in the state, or any lake managed by the DNR that requires it. They'll have them. They'll have them at the gatehouse at Raccoon, but I would suggest getting it on Friday if you can, because who knows if they'll be there early in the morning or not.
Yep.
So, probably just a quick overview. I know there's been some chatter on our Facebook group about a few new anglers that want to come in, or want to fish. So just real quick, we do require catch boards, and that's the Catch X, the Catch Carbonate, or the original metal catch. I don't know if there's really a name for it or not.
I think they call it the OG. I think
it probably would now. Yeah. The original gangsta board. Yeah. So if you don't have one, and you can get to Zionsville, Moving Water Outfitters, our series sponsor, does have them in stock. If you can't get there and get one, I know there were several people offering to let new people borrow one. So definitely check out that thread on Indiana Kayak Anglers Facebook group, and get with those guys and make sure that you guys can meet up Saturday morning or whatever. Quick overview, I guess, is you will need Tourney X. We run our event through Tourney X, and Mr. Dwayne Wally is actually here today. Hello, Dwayne. So you'll need Tourney X. You'll have to go there and set up an account. You can then register and pay for the event via Tourney X, and then you'll use Tourney X on your smartphone to submit your photos. Quick overview on photos. Besides the catch board and your kayak in the picture, we also need to see an identifier. We allow the KBF identifier, the KBF token, or we have our own token. You can get those from our website and print those out, write them down, write your code down. Your code will be released Friday at 9:00. You'll see that on Tourney X if you go to identifiers. We'll also post it on the Facebook page around that time, so you'll have it. That needs to be in your photo.
10 tags also.
Yeah, 10 tags are also allowable and awesome.
Yep, the way to go.
Oh man, I wish we had a way to like just distribute those to everybody that fishes because those things are so great.
I know they're awesome.
Yeah. Otherwise, for other photo stuff, check our earlier video from this year where we covered it fairly heavily. We also have a pretty good description of everything on our website, indianakayakanglers.com. It'll walk you through, if you go through the rules, it'll walk you through what a photo needs to look like, what needs to be there, where you can touch, where you can't touch. And if you have any other questions, make sure you reach out to us. We'll help you out for sure.
Yeah, make sure you get waiver in as well. That's under the resource tab. What is it? Things you need, I think is what you labeled it. And
that's right. Under resources, things you need. The link to the waiver is also on the Tourney X page too. So
awesome. There you go.
We always put that on there. So Keegan Wimsett has a great question that I actually have on my list to get to. And Keegan, I believe you were one of the gentlemen that was having some other questions, so keep asking them. Service is in and out on the lake. I know my experience with using Verizon on the lake is it is very spotty. But one of the things you'll notice when you go look at the times for our event is that you're supposed to stop fishing at 2:15, and you have an entire hour till 3:15 to get all of your submissions in. And so it is angler responsibility to get to a place where they have signal. And I know my experience with Verizon on the lake was basically as soon as I got to the main road from where I launched, I had signal was fine, right? And then they were able to submit. So just it's angler responsibility to do that. Make sure you get to a place that has access. Some state parks actually have Wi-Fi at the gatehouses. So I've actually done that before at Patoka, maybe? I actually don't remember where I did that. Or I just where was that?
Oh man, we fished it last year. Hardy. I think it was Hardy.
Yeah, it might have been actually.
Yep.
But I actually just like pulled up to the gatehouse and got on their Wi-Fi long enough to submit, and then
yep.
It probably was Hardy because Hardy was like a dead zone.
Yep.
But I just want to reiterate that it is angler responsibility to get those in on time, and we give you an hour, which should absolutely be sufficient because you're not going to have to drive an hour to get to signal to be able to submit those. You get to the main highway, you're going to be good. Let's see. Well, gosh, I have everything special on my little taking notes list covered. So then, specific for this event, let's just go over our times then, right? So we've got on the water, 5:45 a.m. On the water means you can leave the area of the boat ramp and start heading to your fishing spot. Hopefully nobody else's fishing spot, just yours. 6:15 is first cast, so no casting before then. And we will not accept any fish whose pictures were taken before then, but don't cast before then. Lines out 2:15, so you get a full 8 hours to fish. The photo must be taken by 2:15 p.m. to be accepted. And then you have an hour after that till 3:15 to get those submitted. And then we'll attempt to do awards after that. We're doing awards at the Hollinsburg ramp. So they have a rather large parking lot up away from the ramp. We should be able to duck into a corner and more. I was actually hoping we could rent a shelter at the park because they're very nice shelters with lots of parking. But then that becomes a problem with people having to pay $7 to get into the park to come to awards. So yeah. So Scott's asking us to expand more on the water. Can we be sitting in our kayak at the launch? Absolutely. You can be sitting in your kayak at the launch. You don't even have to be on land, just be in the vicinity, right? Like we call it like a staging time, right? Like before 5:45, you can be staged, ready to go. So when 5:45 hits, you're off, right?
Yeah, basically don't try to make an advantage out of you being on the water.
Exactly. It's just a way to be out of the way of everyone else.
Yep.
Without it. Right.
Yep.
So we covered our times. We covered a little bit of safety, and covered all the special stuff I was thinking about for this event. Do you have anything else, Matt?
No, just thanks to our sponsors, as always, Moving Water Outfitters. I know they got some deals going on right now. I know they just got a big shipment of new canoes in, so new canoes in stock.
How do you know that, Matt?
I heard about it, I guess.
Little birdie told you.
yeah. So they got a new shipment of new canoes. They have a good amount of inventory right now. Accessories, they're stocked up very well. So go in and check them out. They got some new nets, some new other stuff in there too. So go check them out.
Are they carrying the broken twig nets?
I believe they have one or two of those. They have the Fish Lab nets, and then also Sims has came out with two different sizes of nets that are pretty intriguing for a kayak fisherman. So
I've not seen those. I'll have to go check those out.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're super light. Just really nice net. So also thank you to Dakota Lithium. New Canoes continued support. Blake's a big supporter of any kayak anglers and has been for a number of years now. So we appreciate the support there as well.
Absolutely. When's Moving Water Outfitters next demo day?
The way it's been landing, I wouldn't be surprised if it's next weekend. It seems like it always follows the tournament of ours.
Okay. Let me see. I guess I'm going to go to their website real quick and see if I can find it.
Yeah, and speaking of demos, also, if you can't make a demo day for whatever reason, don't hesitate to call the shop, get a hold of Mike or Matt, different Matt up there. The other Matt.
At number 2. Wait, are you number 1 or number 2?
I don't know. I'm number 1 in the number 2 game.
It just depends on the day, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Give them a call, and they'd be more than happy to take you out to Boone's Pond or even if the water levels are up, either the wider or wherever you want to try a kayak. So if you can't make the demo day, don't be discouraged. You can give the shop a call.
I thought I would find the demo day schedule on their website, and I'm not finding it. We'll post about it when we find out when the next one is. Demo days are awesome, especially for new guys that are just getting into the sport and trying to find their first or next or best kayak. Demo days are amazing. Just you get to go out and get hands on and butts in the kayaks that you read about online, right? Like nothing beats seat time and understanding how good or bad a kayak is. You really are able to find the one you need. So,
and it's just fun talking kayaks and fishing.
Yeah,
let's be honest. So,
yep, playing with the little water snakes that come by and
exactly the bluegills, the everything.
But all right, well, I don't see any more questions. Again, for anybody that does have questions that watches this video later, post your question up on the video. Reach out to Matt or I. We'll both be on site. We'll both be on site this weekend. I won't be there till later. Matt will be fishing, but I'll be there later in the morning, early afternoon. So get a hold of us for sure.
Yep.
Kyle, the no service thing, we'll just reiterate again. So, and I'm going to go off my experience there, and I think others have similar experience. I use Verizon, and I know when I fish down there, I've had to basically just make my way back to the highway to get signal. So when you catch your fish and take your pictures, you don't have to upload them right away. So if they don't get uploaded right away, that's fine. Store your pictures, be ready to upload them. You can use the live well option in TourneyX if you want. But once it's your responsibility between 2:15 and 3:15. 2:15 being when you're done fishing, lines are out, and 3:15 being when submissions are due. It's your responsibility as an angler to get to signal to be able to upload those photos. So I think that gives everybody plenty of time to get that taken care of. like I said, I know when I've fished down there, I didn't have to go far from the lake to get signals. Certainly wasn't a long, 30, 40-minute drive. So I just made my way back to, what is that, 36, I think, that goes east-west through there, and I was fine at that point. It was kind of weird, right? Like, it's just like the lake is a dead zone. Kind of strange, and there were places on the lake where I had signal, but not many. All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap this up. Like I said, let us know if you have any more questions. Otherwise, we'll see everybody Saturday. We're ready to rock. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Hopefully the fish enjoy being caught. Bye, everybody.
See you.